Welcome home, Rat Pack. Today we are going to be covering, I can't even say the title without laughing, 10 SpongeBob crimes that actually happened involving SpongeBob merchandise. It's so hard to get it out. Some of this stuff is just so ridiculous. Can't even believe we're doing this. But collecting all the SpongeBob merchandise that I do on this channel, I realize there's just so much of it out there. So the thought came to me, being that there is so much merch, there had to have been at some point in time crimes or things that happened that weren't so great where SpongeBob merchandise happened to be in the mix, you know? And boy, was there a lot of them. So today we're gonna be covering 10 of them, but if you guys enjoy this, we could do more. There's a lot. Way too much. I feel like I'm drunk. This is just so insane to me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it with number 1. Okay, so our first topic involves some SpongeBob thievery, alright? This man was playing GTA Bikini Bottom Edition, and it's in Missouri, so it happened at a, we'll have the news article up on screen for you guys, but it happened at an antique market called Mimi's Antiques in Warrington. Like, that sounds so wholesome, you know? Who's gonna steal from Mimi's? But apparently this guy. So this one actually has video footage of it, so let's check it out together. So you can see we're in an antique market here, and I mean, this feels very familiar to some place that like we hunt, like a place like King Richard's or something like that, where you see us do videos.
Terry Clarnow alleges this man grabbed a handful of SpongeBob trading cards and pocketed them.
It's like, dude, are you kidding me? This dude's like 96 years old and he's in here stealing. Like, he's probably got grandkids. He probably has a wife, maybe a job, neighbors, and you're gonna risk everything for some SpongeBob cards. Don't get me wrong, you could not like SpongeBob more than me, and I would never. Like, you couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me enough money to do that.
Shoplifting is a crime. Free bracelets with each theft.
It's very ironic because he did it right in front of handcuffs.
There's a pair of handcuffs sitting right there.
So now he might get arrested. Like, it's not even about the public shame anymore. He might go to jail for that. That is not gonna be a good look in prison. Like, oh, what are you in for? Oh, I'm in here for bank robbery. What are you in here for? Grand Theft SquarePants.
No, I have a snail to feed. I can't go to jail now. This is not a good time.
And then the SpongeBob Series 1 and Series 2.
Okay, this is them right here. Series 1 and Series 2, remember what you said. So, I'm not saying that there's any justification for stealing any time, but I'm saying if he was stealing like Pokemon cards or maybe even like sports cards that are newer or worth money, I could totally understand that more, just because, you know, people out there, some people are out there hurting and they choose to do crime as their way to kind of resolve their problems. So, you know, if it was worth money, I could see there being more of a reason for that happening. People trying to pay bills, people trying to get, you know, food to eat. But these booster packs are like ridiculously cheap. I have some of those cards. You can see right here, they're listed on eBay. For the entire box, it is $14 with free shipping. So you break that down by like freaking 36 packs. Let's just give them the full value, $15 divided by 36. That is 41 cents a pack. He basically stole like $5 of packs and ruined his life, ruined his reputation, everything. Oh man, that is ridiculous. That's just number 1. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so this next one is in Tulsa, I think Oklahoma that is, and they caught this criminal based off of his SpongeBob clothing. So they were using his SpongeBob outfit in order to identify him. So let's check out the news report.
So take a look. Police posting these pictures to Facebook of the SpongeBob shorts and socks the suspect was seen wearing.
I know those exact items. Like, anybody else watching these is just like, oh, those are SpongeBob's items. But both of those items you could get at Walmart. So those SpongeBob like pajama pants, shorts, those were at Walmart maybe 2 years ago, and they had them there for a few years. And it's actually not just SpongeBob. You see there's a few Nicktoons on there, and then those SpongeBob socks come in those little bricks of like multiple socks. So I have both of those. photos in the collection. I wish I had them available to show you, but maybe that would look like a piece of evidence, you know, oh, it was him. This is amazing. Let's keep it playing.
Those later showed up in the background photos on Facebook Marketplace when they say the suspect tried to sell those.
Okay, he just took it up a notch. The last guy was still, you know, a little old man stealing some cards, but now we got some freaking bullets here, man. There's some big bullets too. There's something crazy about all this artillery, this machine gun, and a pair of SpongeBob socks there. That's what I always tell people is everybody loves SpongeBob. Not just kids, adults, criminals, doctors, everybody loves SpongeBob. Doesn't matter what path of life you take, whether it's college and onto a great career or the streets. SpongeBob is for everybody. Man, he would literally thug life out with SpongeBob socks on. Okay, so here it is right here. I'm not trying to out him. We're gonna blur his face. But second-degree burglary, he stole multiple televisions, cell phones, iPads. Man, he's stealing the iPad kids' tablets. Come on, man. Tablets, guns, ammunition, internet routers. Oh man, that Spectrum, those companies are gonna be hitting those people hard with that missing equipment fee, man. They're so serious about that. We might see a couple other people in jail for this. And other electronics from where Price was staying. Okay, so this is from where he lived. He was stealing it from other people, like in that same building. Many of the items have already been returned to the victims. I'm glad to hear that. Who is getting the pants and the socks? If the socks and the shorts are up for auction, Tulsa Police Department, hit me up. I'll put a bid out there. I would love to own this particular pair of shorts and socks. I'm sure they're gonna get returned to him after, but I would love to have a SpongeBob item in the collection that was involved in some kind of crime. How crazy of a topic and like talking piece would that be for the collection? I mean, obviously don't go out there doing those crimes, but I'm saying if it happened, there was an auction, I would grab one, you know, just because it's such a funny random thing. That's the kind of collector I am, though. I like all the topics. I know that may sound bad, but why not? So this next one coming up is actually in Australia. A dad performs a citizen's arrest during a car hijacking. So somebody was trying to steal his neighbor's car. He came out there and actually stopped the guy and did a citizen's arrest. That way the police could come, arrest the guy, save his neighbor's car. But the one thing was is that he didn't have any clothes on. Well, very little amount of clothes on. He happened to have one piece of clothing on that might look familiar, so let's check it out.
Well, this morning, a 57-year-old WA dad who performed a citizen's arrest on an accused carjacker is being likened to a superhero, not only for his bravery, but also for his choice of crime-fighting attire.
Just check the big fella out right now.
Oh my gosh. That's a big man, it is.
Western Australia, fully clothed, unfortunately. Dino.
Hello, Dean.
How you doing, big guy?
Yeah, g'day guys. Good morning. How are you, Sarah?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I understand the criminal's perspective. You saw the criminal. He was pretty much like, I submit. I am just accepting my fate. He wasn't really fighting back that hard. You know, I can't lie. I would be absolutely horrified if somebody came, like if I was the criminal in that position, I would be horrified if this 300-pound, maybe 6'5" man came out in SpongeBob underwear and started grappling me to the floor, all while all this sponge is just bulging out, ready to fall out at any second. That is way too compromising of a position. I will do whatever you are asking me, sir. I will stop right here. He's like a superhero, like they said. He's like the Superman spandex, but just without anything else besides the underwear part.
Just to clarify, because there's been lots of speculation on the interweb.
Yeah.
Are they SpongeBob underpants?
They are, mate.
Yeah.
They are the real deal.
They are, mate.
What are you wearing today?
It's a private question, Carl.
Oh my god, okay. Okay, well, we got to see it up close and personal. The SpongeBob underwear. This is insane. Okay, so that's number 3. Shout out to this guy for freaking stopping him. And you know, it was cool to see SpongeBob. We showed 2 that were SpongeBob in a bad situation he didn't ask to be in, but at least we got to see him in a heroic position in this one. Next one up. Okay, this next one's a little bit lighter. Thieves target giant SpongeBob holiday decorations in New Jersey, residents say. The news article says, "Oh, barnacles! A thief with an affinity for SpongeBob SquarePants is on the loose. Watch out, we've got a maniac on the loose." After stealing inflatable man-sized holiday decorations of a Nickelodeon character from outside 2 Seaman Avenue apartment buildings, residents say, neighbors say the 2 SquarePants nappings took place within 5 days of each other. It could be someone who doesn't like SpongeBob or liked him too much, said Pat Lopez, who purchased the SpongeBobs. It's true, like they could have stole it because they wanted, I hate seeing this, let's get rid of it. Or, this is mine now. You know, you never know what the circumstance. Lopez, who lived in the building for 35 years, said that the decoration was stolen December 13th. "I came out, the first thing I noticed was, SpongeBob's missing." So then we find out next that the former head of the Inwood Patrol Neighborhood Watch to the apartment a few doors down also had its own SpongeBob decoration stolen on December 9th, according to residents. People love them. People love SpongeBob, you know, so I guess the teenagers ran off with it. That one's kind of lighthearted. She added she is not in a rush to spend another $27.99 for a replacement. I love she had it down to the cent, like not 30 bucks, 20 bucks, $27.99. I remember what the sticker said. That's amazing. All right, next one. Okay, so this one's about a Florida man. You guys know how great things are when there's a Florida man involved. So Palm Beach, Florida, not far off where a lot of crazy things happen, there is SpongeBob. SpongeBob was hanging out and apparently robbed a gas station. Let's check it out.
Inside a 7-Eleven near Orlando yesterday, and as you can see in the surveillance video, if you can make it out.
How'd they get that profile picture of him? They have like a photo of him like with it, like from, like he took a selfie before he went in there. So you can see his friend over there has just a regular black outfit. Can you you know what, like if I'm the criminal here, I'm the guy with the black mask on. I put my black mask on, I'm ready. No, we need money. We're in a serious situation here. We're desperate. And my friend, my theft colleague here, shows up in a SpongeBob mask. I'm out. Like, the decision to go steal from a liquor store is already one bad decision, but there is a second choice you made to go and do it with a guy wearing a SpongeBob mask.
Put it in!
Honestly, I have less respect for the other guy than the guy in the SpongeBob mask. The guy in the SpongeBob mask was stupid from the start. The other guy, he had choices to make. So he was wearing a SpongeBob mask, and I don't know if this guy actually got caught. I couldn't find a follow-up on this story, but he was wearing a SpongeBob mask. Yeah, so it says that they stole over $500 at gunpoint. He really said, put the money in the bag. Sorry, I couldn't let that be. I was waiting this whole video to use that clip. Yeah, I don't even know if this guy ever got caught. It just says that he got away with $500. He stole over $500, believed to have committed a similar crime at a nearby Circle K. I mean, he was literally GTA, going from like one gas station to the next gas station, you know, making a little bit here, a little bit there, and you hope it adds up. But man, that is insane. Okay, so this is a scam that's interesting to me because it's something that I could have fallen victim to as a SpongeBob, you know, collector and customer, I guess. So this guy, his name is Syed Hussein, age 34 in Bradford, was previously jailed in 2013 for plotting to bomb an Army Sentry with a remote-controlled toy car. So he was actually in 2013 in trouble for a terroristic act. But in 2025, he decided, you know what? Terrorism, not for me. I can't with this video. I just can't. He decided, I'm gonna start scamming people with SpongeBob stuff. What a change, man. So he stole over $1.5 million by creating a fake shop, the SpongeBob shop, selling fake SpongeBob merchandise and charging people via card or cryptocurrency, and used a shop bot in order to skim their credit card information, their crypto accounts, and steal money from them essentially. So through that, he was able to steal thousands upon thousands of dollars from people. The fraud took place through an online shop called SpongeBob Shop, not a cuddly television character or for children, but an enterprise that was capable of supplying thousands of sets of private financial data. Oh, so he was also selling the data he was also stealing as well. Like, this is way too the high-end criminal for me to even understand how he got away with all this for as long as he did. But it was called the SpongeBob scam, which is crazy because, like I said, I could have just randomly stumbled up on that website. I'm always looking for SpongeBob stuff on the internet. Of course, I do always try to make sure I search safely. I do go to reputable sites, and I of course look to see if everything's secure. I rarely ever order from a place that I'm not familiar with, but you know, it could have happened. So I think that one for me personally was like, whoa, that could have been me. Okay, so this one is involving the iconic SpongeBob Inflatable that was on top of the Burger King back in 2004. I think this is one of the more famously known SpongeBob crimes that have happened, so I couldn't leave this off the list. Let's go ahead and check it out.
And they don't think he ran home to his pineapple under the sea, but one local restaurant wants to know, where'd SpongeBob go? A 14-foot tall version of the popular cartoon character SpongeBob SquarePants sat atop the Burger King on 21st Street in Lewiston for the last month. Thieves apparently made off with the inflatable structure. The inflatable is valued at $600.
$600? That's a deal nowadays. Nowadays, you know, those things go for about $1,000 or more. I guess inflation. You get it because he's Thank you for still watching these videos. If you guys get the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Despite my bad jokes. I'm as bad as the news reporters. But there actually also was a fire that was started due to one of these SpongeBob inflatables too, supposedly, or something. The SpongeBob caught on fire, and that caused like an apartment building to get caught on fire. So these SpongeBobs actually are kind of cursed. And it just goes to show you again how much people love SpongeBob. Even back in 2004 with the SpongeBob movie, people saw that up there and were like, you know what? I gotta have that. Which I actually own that one. I talk about it every chance I get. I own that SpongeBob inflatable. How do you think I got it?
Internet?
Okay, so this one happened in Linwood. I don't know where this is. I'm assuming maybe like Chicago. But it says Devon J. Thomas, 18, of the 20,000 block of Lakewood Drive in Linwood, was charged with retail theft. Loss prevention at JCPenney's had purportedly seen Thomas take items and place them into a SpongeBob SquarePants backpack that he had carried into the store. Thomas then left around 2:30 p.m. See, Mr. Thomas, this is the reason why you can't bring backpacks into stores. Anybody who is a teenager here in Southern California, you have a backpack with you because you're at school. And if you ever go into a Target or a Walmart, they make all the kids like leave their backpacks up front. And I actually had a situation where one of my friends left his backpack up front and his backpack got stolen. But this is the reason why the backpacks are a problem. And this one I put on the list just because it was that example of what I was saying at the beginning. What kind of got me on this search was that because there's just so much SpongeBob merchandise that exists, it leads to him just kind of being sometimes in the wrong place, wrong time. You know, like it could have been any backpack, but you know, the fact there's so many SpongeBob ones out there, eventually it had to happen. The SpongeBob backpack would be the one that was used. And it could have been any of these backpacks, but I like to imagine that it's this one. Yeah, yes, this one right here with the little girl wearing it. Because if you were stupid enough to steal from JCPenney, which does not sell food or anything that you might, a necessity, you know, you might need to survive, it would just be because you wanted things. If you were stupid enough to do that, you were probably stupid enough to use a transparent backpack. So that's what I like to believe. It was that one. Alright, so this one is about a bomb threat, but it's not actually the one that I think is the worst bomb threat involving SpongeBob. This one is kind of funny a little bit, actually, and I know that sounds bad, but wait till you hear it.
We begin this hour in St. Landry Parish, where an Opelousas student has been arrested and is being accused of threatening a local school with a bomb threat. Deputies say 18-year-old Kayla Hooks is facing a felony charge of terrorizing and communicating false information of a planned bombing on school property.
So you probably watched that and you're like thinking like, oh, what does that have to do with SpongeBob? She was actually doing what most of us do on this channel, and millennials and Gen Z alike. She was quoting SpongeBob. We'll play the clip where SpongeBob actually says that to Gary in the, I think, Take a Bath episode.
Gary, there's a bomb strapped to my chest. It's gonna explode in 3 seconds unless you take a bath.
And it was reported later through that girl's social media that she was just using a quote from SpongeBob. And because she did it through the computer system at school, it sent like a red flag that then got to the principal. And of course, they have to take something like that seriously. I do not blame the school at all for taking it seriously. You would rather they did than didn't, right? But it is just kind of unfortunate that a SpongeBob quote got someone arrested. Like, she has mugshots. And I don't know if saying that it was a SpongeBob quote will hold up in court. I don't know if it's something she got actually charged for and, you know, it's on her record, or if, you know, they kind of expunged it. Oh, I'm gonna stop. Or if they expunged it because of the fact that she was joking. But yeah, let's move on to what is possibly the worst one. Yeah. Okay, so this is the craziest of all of them. And of course, it comes from a Florida man. I don't know what it is about these Florida men and the nonsense and shenanigans they get up to. But this one right here is the worst. A man who rigged a SpongeBob SquarePants lunchbox could have blown up the block. Let's read it. A Florida man who was charged Sunday with making and possessing destructive device could have blown up the block with his collection of potentially explosive devices, including a grenade and a rigged SpongeBob SquarePants lunchbox, authorities said Monday. Christopher, 31, allegedly had 200 containers of unknown powder, acids, and urine inside his parents' home. The urine's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, Christopher, the urine's almost more strange than the bomb stuff. Why do you have urine in your room? He had all the components in here to make a weapon of destruction, the sheriff said. Authorities painted him as a troubled anti-government heroin addict who sought to get even by hurting first responders. He could have blown up the block, said Chitwood. And here they have a photo of all the different chemicals and powders that he had inside of his home. And then next up, this innocent lunchbox. This innocent SpongeBob lunchbox. We know we've collected a lot of the banned or recalled SpongeBob's items recently because of that same reason. It just has a level of intrigue and leaves you with a lot of questions that I think is perfect for a museum level collection. I need to get this exact lunchbox in the collection and then have like a little paperwork that goes with it showing this report of somebody who used the very same lunchbox to equip a bomb that could blow up an entire block. Do I have? I don't have that one. That's like one of the few lunchboxes I don't have too. This would have been essentially it. You can see by the yellow handle and the rivets too, the very same era of lunchbox here. Who would have known the Tin Box Company was used for such devious acts? So this is essentially the exact same lunchbox, about the size and everything that he would have had there, but except for it is that one. And now, like I said, it's only $4. I'm gonna actually buy this exact lunchbox right after this video because that is insane. This little thing could have exploded the whole block. I shouldn't say that too loud because, you know, crazier things have happened as we've learned today. But that is the last one for today. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. If you guys want a bonus SpongeBob crime that happened, it will be on the Patreon version of this video, which will be linked down below. With every video we upload on Patreon, it is always extended with more content than the ones that are here on YouTube. So go check that out. And if you want to support the show, that's the greatest way to do that. You can also support through YouTube memberships here as well by hitting that join button. description. And if you guys are interested in picking up any non-dangerous SpongeBob items, we do have a Whatnot shop and an eBay shop, which are linked down below as well too, where I sell tons of nostalgic goods I'd love for you to check out. I promise none of them have bombs in them. But on that note, I'll see you guys in this video over here. If you guys want a part 2 to this, let me know down below. I'll see you guys in this video over here. And as always, Rep Pack, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and boom. Bloop.